Good morning, afternoon, or good night, wherever you're from. This is another video from Hobby Homestead. We're today working on a barn fan that has been in the family for some years. It's been in the milk house here for a couple of years, so we're just gonna go ahead and do some small maintenance on it. It's gonna be a good video to show you guys, so stay tuned and thanks for watching. All right, so the first thing we did is that we took this out of storage, and this is an Automare Fan Company barn fan. First things first, we got to take off the actual screen to look at the inside of it. I did actually plug this in and turn it for the first time just to see if it actually does turn, and it did. So that's good news. We're going to take off the actual protection screen, and then we're going to look inside at the bearings and everything to verify those are working good. So just from first glance, I can see that if we rotate the actual fan, it's true. As you look at this, you can see that it's equal distance basically as you spin it, and that would be unbalancing if that would actually be wobbling. I'm also looking in here and I see there's an actual bearing with a grease fitting, so we're gonna have to grease that. I did go through and actually blow off a lot of the miscellaneous dust that was on here, because that would cause it to be out of balance as well. So we're gonna go ahead and grease this point then, and then we should be able to start it back up and see how it's running. So to switch over from my lock and lube adapter back to my regular DeWalt, because I wasn't able to fit in there. Now I should be able to put some lube in there. What you're looking for is that this to come out, and then you're going to rotate the actual blade, so then it kind of gets around the whole bearing. That's way too much, but I'm hoping to see farther out this way. I'm just going to kind of cover it a little bit. I may have to take that actual bearing out and clean that. I don't like how it's actually just doing on this one side, but it should work for now. If we have issues with it or it starts rotating or whatever, I'm going to take that back out. It'll be in a future video if that is. Alright, let me get that all cleaned up. I just did the grinding just to make sure it's all flat. That way when you actually go ahead, what I'm gonna do is drill next through here, and that way at least have a little bit of support. Not a lot I can do. I don't have another rubber. Basically what this is for is sitting on the bottom of the fan, so it's something to lean on. All right, so to actually get this supported down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a 64th bit into here, and then follow it up with some self-tappers with the 5/16. And that should hold it down enough for the use that we're going to be using it for. There you go, German torque spec, good and tight. All right, wheels turn, rubber's in place. All right, so next thing we have to do, there's no grommet in here, just a single hole. What I'm gonna do is take the plug off and basically pull it back, put a grommet through with the stepper bit, and then after you put that, either the grommet or the strain relief on, then we'll push it back through and go with that. So looks like they somehow chopped the cord off of this already. I also, when I was inspecting this, that didn't sound good. I noticed there's a lot of black that went on here. A lot of corrosion. That usually means that they either A, did not have it plugged in all the way, or B, there could be possible issue inside that the screw's not tight and that's causing arcing. But we'll have to see here in a second. I'm sure this is all rusted through. Yep, it's all rusted. I'll have to break that. I can keep the plug, but it's not. Hammer time. So as you can see, it looks like the actual getting warm somehow. So I'll have to strip this back and get a new plug. I see people usually when they install these, they crank them as hard as they can. But all you need is for it to grip. And then for a little final touch, I like to try to have it where these line up. That way it looks nice and professional for the next guy. So basically the circuit for these fans are fairly simple actually. You have your black power that comes in, your white neutral, which is your current carrying conductor, and then your ground, your non-current carrying conductor. Basically your ground is so then if there's any short that happens inside of the fan, it actually goes and trips the breaker rather than having it shock anybody. At least that's the mentality behind it. When they actually have the power go through here, it goes into the J box on the motor, then goes up to the fan switch. That fan switch then, whenever you turn it on, it comes back and powers the motor. It's a single phase motor, this one is. And then it comes out the neutral. Here is a 515 PR plug, Levitron. Get these from Amazon. You get a pack of 10 usually. Screws, drop the thing because that you want it to last longer. They already come unscrewed, so that's nice. Open that up a tick. Push these through, and what I like about these style is that they actually have a rubber gasket on the inside there. Wires. Usually you want these to be as straight as possible, but I'm in the habit of actually twisting it. And the way that I remember to always do plugs is there's always the ground, black on black, which is your black on brass, I should say. That's your positive. Aluminum is your negative. Want to do a tug test on your wires if you can help it. Usually with smaller ones you don't do that as much. And then usually on these plugs they do actually come with an indent that you need to look for. That usually lines you up then to get the plug in nice. want to make sure to push it past the rubber and then pull it back a tick. And we can clamp it down. And I see a lot of people when they actually do these plugs, they also do the way too tight. All you need is for it to be snug. You don't need to squish the wires. That's how you get that arcing to occur. Like I said, it's just enough where you can tug on it and it doesn't move. There you go, that's the plug. Now since I'm in here, before I plug it back in, I want to re-grease that. I did have this running for a good 10-15 minutes. What that's going to do is allow the grease basically to get around, and then I'm going to actually re-grease it just so I can make sure it's getting all the way around there. Trying not to go and taking that bearing out. There it is. Did it again where it's too much, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Protective on there. There you go. That should be it for now. I'm going to re-put the screen back on, and then we're going to go ahead and plug it in again and let it run.